Well, so far today it's very simple, straightforward riding. It's a smooth, easy road, no complications. It's a nice little hill town up ahead of me, and I think probably just beyond these hills we'll start to see the Pyranees mountains, and as we head into those we'll get into Andorra. It's all pretty straightforward today, I think. Famous last words, eh? Coffee and a snack. That'll do me for lunch. And now it's time to go and find my campsite in Andorra. I've still got over an hour of riding to do. The roads are gradually getting hillier and windier as we get into the Pyrenees. So let's see how this next bit goes. I think I'm coming into a very popular area for bikers. There's just dozens of them ahead of me, dozens of them going in the opposite direction. All of a sudden there's bikers everywhere. This is the kind of scenery we expect in the Pyrenees. At the border with Andorra. Obviously it's not a functioning border because this is all the EU. Through customs, nobody here. First few miles in Andorra, and you can already tell that it's a bit different to Spain. Andorra is a bit of a tax haven in the EU, and a lot of wealthy people live here, so I find I'm going past BMWs, Mercs, Porsches. A lot of the MotoGP riders live here because it's a tax haven, and I guess a lot of the F1 drivers live here as well. Oh, here we are, the campsite. Let's go and check if they've got space for me. Oh, that was fine. Checked in, no problem. Just go and find myself a space to pitch the tent. Morning. So here I am at the campsite in Andorra.
and it's a really lovely campsite. It's got its own swimming pool, its own shop, its own cafe. I've had a bit of a disturbed night though. Something I've eaten in the last couple of days has obviously disagreed with me. I've been up and down out of the tent every few minutes for all night, but I'm okay. I think I'll be fine. I'm going to try some breakfast in a minute, something simple, just a bit of French bread or a croissant or something, and then I think I'll be okay. I've got a 4-hour ride from here to Carcassonne, so I don't need to dash away very early. I've got time to just kind of settle myself and make sure that I can do 4 hours on the motorbike. I don't know whether I will get much time in Carcassonne to see the place. We'll see how I feel as the day goes on.
One last check to make sure I haven't left anything. I don't think so. So this is quite a late start for me. Nearly 11 o'clock. But it was important to make sure that I'm fit and healthy after such a disturbed night. But I am. I've had some breakfast. I feel fine. I've just got a 4-hour ride to do today. Over to Carcassonne. It's going to be quite interesting. Some of the mountains are quite spectacular on the way. So as long as I can get out through the gate, then we're all good. There's these big dark clouds in the direction I'm going. It's still quite a long time since I saw any rain. Today might be the day. Mountains up there with snow on the top. We're going to go up to the high pass. I don't know how high it is. 2,000 something meters. We'll find out when we get to the top. Apparently there is a tunnel that can bypass the high pass. I'm not wanting to go through the tunnel. I want to do the wiggly road up to the top. Not quite sure what that sculpture was meant to represent. Maybe I'll Google it later. It's getting cooler as we climb higher here. Temperature gauge says 15 degrees at this point. Feels colder than that already. Well, Andorra's interesting. It's very clean, it's very tidy, it's very organised. The roads are all perfect, there are no roadworks anywhere. I'm here on a Sunday, so it's quite quiet as well. Reminds me a bit of Switzerland. And if you're going to be coming this way yourself, I can tell you that the fuel in Andorra is quite a bit cheaper than the fuel in Spain. So if you're heading south, fill up in Andorra on the way. So that way to the tunnel, this way to the pass. Port den Levira, I think it is called, the pass. Now the fun really starts. Wow, look at the view that was behind me. That's incredible. Oh, first time in a month I've had to stop and put the wet weather gear on. Still wearing the summer gloves though. Oh, that's a bad idea. Might have to stop and put the winter gloves on. This the top? Might be. There you go, 2,408 meters. Few people setting off to trek up to the top of the peak, which would be quite fun if I was equipped for that, which of course I'm not. It's interesting that the pass here is marked by the presence of a petrol station. Not sure how I feel about that really. These are spectacular mountains. Beautiful scenery. Oh, not just one petrol station, but 3. Okay, so we come down the other side, heading into France. And that's where the road comes out of the tunnel and joins back onto this road. Looks to me like border control. Of course, as usual, there isn't any border control because it's all in the EU, but this will signify us entering France. Well, leaving Andorra first and then entering France. And there it is. We've arrived in France. It's a very pretty gorge. It's an avalanche corridor in winter, apparently, according to the signs. But not only very pretty, but it's very full of traffic as well. There's a lot of bikes going up and down. Popular little route for bikers on a Sunday. Now I've left the busy road behind, and the little town down on my left there is Axley Thermes. And this road that I'm going up, there was a guy just in the campsite there at Andorra, a Dutch guy. He was riding his Tenere from Amsterdam to Barcelona, and he'd ridden this road the day before, and he said this was fun. So I've taken his recommendation, plugged it into Garmin, and we're taking this little wiggly route. The wiggly route to Carcassonne. Col de Chiola, altitude 1,431 meters. Difference in the weather here on the French side of the Pyrenees. It's a bit like last year when I crossed the Alps and it was warm and sunny on the Slovenian side, and by the time I'd crossed over the Grossglockner and got into Germany, it was cold and wet. And it's kind of the same here. It was hot and sunny in Spain and overcast and a bit chilly here, 13 degrees. In France.
So I've arrived in a lovely little apartment in Carcassonne. You can see Tigger down there parked in the car park. The old town of Carcassonne is just behind this apartment block. In fact, this block pretty much follows the line of the old town wall. So I just need to walk down here, in through the gate and go and explore. And I'm going to go and do that any minute now. It's Sunday afternoon, so there's not much going on in Carcassonne at the moment. But see, I've got a bed, a sofa, table covered in all my stuff, kitchen and a shower room and all the rest. So very comfortable here. I've got Netflix if I want to watch it as well. So can't complain. Again, it's it's one of those things where last night I was camping and feeling ill. Today I'm in this lovely apartment with its balcony and I'm feeling fine. Let's go and see what Carcassonne's got. Well, this is just along the road from my apartment, and here's the main gate into the town through the town wall. I think I might have a bit of a thin time here in Carcassonne. Most of the shops say they close Sunday and Monday, and it's Sunday evening. Some of the cafes say they open at 6. So hopefully I'll be able to find something to eat. I was thinking even if I can't find something to eat, then I could buy something to cook, but if the shops aren't open, then I can't do that either. I should really look up the history of Carcassonne. This gridded street pattern speaks of Roman history to me. So that was the medieval town, and yes, it's got Roman roots, as I suspected. But I've now come away from there and come to what they call the Old Bridge, and that takes me across to the World Heritage Site, which is the castle and citadel on the other side of the river. It's quite dramatic, isn't it? Quite like that. Oh, a bit of a puff. It's got to climb up here. Google Maps seems to be bringing me in the back way. Here we go, another day, another World Heritage Site. Here we are, back in medieval town. I think that's a restaurant just around the corner here that should be open, I think. Well, seeing as how I didn't eat very much yesterday, I've treated myself to steak and chips tonight at a nice little restaurant just down the road here. It's been quite an interesting day. It wasn't a very long ride, only about 150 miles, 200 kilometres, but up over the Pyranees, the landscape was incredible. 2,408 metres was it at the pass? And then the twisty turny roads through the French side of the Pyrenees down here to Carcassonne. Fascinating places to ride. And my stroll round, well, Carcassonne's kind of two towns. There's the medieval town over here on my right, and then there's the sort of walled, turrety bit. I'm going to try and get a good night's sleep tonight. Tomorrow I've got some interesting things planned, but we'll talk about tomorrow when it comes. Thanks for watching. If you like this kind of video, click like, click subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.